Hi, welcome to Sunkissed, and today with this video I'm starting a new series on my channel. Basically the series is going to be around a Pinterest board that I have on my personal Pinterest. I have a board that's called Yarn Addiction, where I basically put projects that I would really like to make and a little bit of things that tied in together with yarn and crocheting and knitting, mostly projects I would like to make. And with this series I'm going to be picking one of the projects I have saved for my future creations. I'm going to be picking one project for each series and I'm going to be making it with you on video with a pattern and explanation how I make it and things I do and things I don't, something like that. So stay tuned for this episode, continue watching, and stay tuned for all the other episodes that are going to come out. Today is episode number 1 and we're going to be making this super cute granny square crochet vest. Stay tuned to find out how I made this. Start making the square. At first I chose all the colors, the color pattern I will be using, and also choose the sequence of the colors. So this is going to be my first, second, third, fourth and fifth, and it's going to go again to this one and further along the line. So to start making our square, our first color is going to be this one. I take this ball, I'm going to roll out a little bit of yarn so it's easier for me to work with. We take the end of yarn and we're going to be making a magic circle. So wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers, wrap it again so it makes this X shape. Flip your fingers around, insert your hook under the first one, turn it and over the second one, pulling up a loop, and then with your working yarn, going to be struggling a little bit, chaining 1. So it's going to look something like that. So we're going to be chaining 3. We chained 1, chain 2, and chain 3, and that's going to be working as our first double crochet. So next we're going to make 2 more double crochets into this magic circle. So that's 1, and that's 2. Look something like this. So 2 double crochets that you made, and this is a chain 3 that also works as your first double crochet. Going to be chaining 2, marking the corner, and again putting 3 double crochets into this magic circle. So 1, 2, and 3. Again, this is our second cluster of double crochets of 3, separating them by chain 2. It's going to be our corner, and again we have to make 3 double crochets. So that's 1, that's 2, and this is the third one, like this, chain 2 again, and we're going to be making our last cluster of 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3, something like this. We're going to be chaining 2 again as to making our corner. Again, pull the starting yarn from our magic circle to close it, and find the top of chain 3. So the chain 1 is somewhere in the middle there. This is 2 and this is the third one. We're going to be inserting our hook, pulling up a loop, and slip stitching. So right now we have a little small square of 3 double crochets, 4 times, and 4 corners of chain 2. We slip stitch to our chain 3, and now we're going to be flipping our work. This is important. We're going to be doing this after every round, and slip stitching into this corner that we just made. So insert our hook, pull up a loop, and pull it through the loop on your hook. That's going to be a slip stitch to the corner. Going to be followed by a chain 3, working as our first double crochet. I'm going to put 2 more double crochets into this corner. So 1 and 2. We're going to skip these stitches and put 3 more double crochets into the next corner. So 1, 2, and 3. As we're working into the corner, we're going to chain 2 to make another corner and put 3 more double crochets into the same corner we just worked in. So 1, 2, and 3. Again, skipping these stitches in the middle, we're going to put 3 double crochets into the next corner. So 1, 2, and 3. And again, as we're working into the corner, we're going to be chaining 2 and putting 3 more double crochets into the same corner we just worked in. So 1, 2, and 3. Again, we have to repeat this for the last corner we have here. So 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2 and put 3 more double crochets into the same corner. So 1, 2, and 3. So as this is the round 2, you can see that on every side of the square we have 2 clusters. So 2 clusters here, 2 here, 2 here, and right now we only have 1 on this side. That means we have to put 3 more double crochets into our starting corner. So we put 1, 2, and 3. So you have row 1 with 1 cluster of 3 double crochets in every side. Row 2 is going to be 2 on each side. Row 3 is going to be 3, and so on. I have decided that I'm going to be working 2 rows at a time with 1 color. So I have made 2 rows with this white color. I'm going to be cutting it off and attaching the next yarn. So I take my scissors, leave a little bit of a tail end to weave in later. Cut off the yarn, take our ball and put it in its place. Right now I'm going to take the next yarn. It's going to be this dark green. Find the end of it, leave a little tail to weave in later, and find the top of chain 3 from the previous round. So 1, 2, 3, insert our hook, grab our new yarn and make a slip stitch. You can pull both ends, the white and the green, to tighten it. Then we're going to turn our work. As I said, at the start of every new row, we're going to turn our work and slip stitch into this corner that we just made. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to pull the loops, so I just take them with my fingers and put them over the top, making a slip stitch. And we're going to repeat the same process. Chain 3, that works as our first double crochet. Put 2 more into this corner. We're going to put 3 in here and then 3 in the corner. Chain 2 and put 3 again. So every time you work in the middle pieces, it's just 3 double crochets, and every time you work in a corner, it's going to be 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets again. that's going to be the whole pattern, and I'm going to be changing colors every 2 rounds. So 2 rounds of white, 2 rounds of green, followed by the mix of these colors and that and these. And that's the whole pattern. I have finished round 1 with my green color and overall round 3. And again, I find the top of chain 3 from the start of the row, insert my hook and slip stitch. And at this point, don't forget to turn your work. We're turning our work and making a slip stitch into this corner and making the next row with a chain 3 and so on. I have finished both of my squares and cut small pieces of yarn and attached both squares at every corner, so I can put this on and see where it sits on me. Does it need any adjustments, alterations? See if I want to just sew it closed. Oops, I opened one of the yarns, one of the strings I attached. I'm going to put this on and see where it sits on me to know if I want to make straps for the shoulders and for the sides, or if it's big enough, and approximately where I'm going to put the neckline and the armholes on the sides. So I'm going to do that right now. So this is what it looks like on right now. As you can see, there's quite a lot of space here and in the front as well. I'm going to see what it looks like in the mirror. I looked at myself in the mirror and I have attached a few more strings in the places I think would be best for the neckline and for the armholes, and I'm going to try it once more, see if it fits what I'm thinking. If no, I'll change the strings a few times and come to the final decision. Obviously, if you have stitch markers, feel free to use them. Please use them. I just don't have them. That's why I'm cutting small pieces of yarn and using them instead of stitch markers. It works pretty fine, but it would be easier to do it with stitch markers, so please do that if you have them. Okay, so after examining myself in the mirror with this piece on, I'm going to make the neck hole one cluster bigger on each side, because it looks good now, but it was a little bit hard to put it on. And also, if you can see, I'm going to make the armhole 2 clusters on each side smaller. And I think that's going to be the last alterations for this one. So keeping the yarns we attached still in place so I don't miss my spot. As I said, you can use stitch markers. I'm going to take a tapestry needle and probably green colored yarn so it matches with the last stitches I did, and just start sewing the sides together, obviously leaving out holes for the arms and for the neck. And when I'm done, I'm going to come back. I have sewn together all of the sides, so I have the neck hole and the armholes, and the vest is basically finished. All that's left to do is weave in this monstrous amount of loose ends, and that's what I'm going to be doing all evening. Good luck to me. With this, the vest is finished. I hope you liked the video. I hope you got some inspiration, maybe to make your own in similar colors or maybe completely different colors. It would look amazing in basically any color combo I could literally think of. And it is really easy. You just have to make 2 squares, sew them together, and here you go. You don't even have to weave in the ends, as I've seen on Pinterest. There's a lot of projects that have just loose ends and it looks so vibey. I just think I'm gonna prefer this with the ends weaved in, but you don't even have to do that. It's still gonna look amazing. So I hope you make this. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to press like on this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next episode of me making things for my Pinterest board. Bye! The links to my Pinterest board, the exact pin I was referencing, and all my socials I'm going to be putting down in the description below, so you can check them out and see for yourself what I'm talking about.